Welcome back to the channel and this series from Whoredom to Whole. Today's topic is about friends or friendships. Have you looked around lately at the world and the behavior of so called friendships? So many are killing each other, attacking those they claim to love, and they do this all in the name of friendship. But who in their right minds are choosing friends who will stab them in the back, betray, belittle, attack, abuse, or misuse them? I'll tell you who. Those with a whoredom mindset, those who lack a true relationship with Jesus. This video is about friendships, the right types of friendships, ones that allow for correction and accountability, the ones that allows you to be yourself without judgment. I found a group of beautiful women who were able to explain the importance of healthy friendships, choosing the right friends, explaining mature conflicts within friendships, and knowing how to be a friend. Take a listen.
I always say, who you choose as your friend is just as important as who you choose as your spouse. Your friendships have to be an intentional decision. For some people, they base their friendships off of who has known them the longest. For some, it's who has been a shoulder to cry on. And for some, it is who provides the greatest amount of benefits in their life or who likes or shares their posts on social media. Now, all of these things are great, but I would like to offer another perspective, and that is to base your friendships on who challenges you to be the best version of yourself. This means that acquaintance that does not hold a mirror before you is not your friend. That acquaintance that tells you that you're always right, they're not your friend. The person who is really your friend will call you on your foolishness. They will almost demand that you do better, think better, live better, talk better, be better. They don't allow you to wallow in self-pity, but will speak life into you when you are at your worst. When you're wrong, they correct you and hold you to a standard of rightness. Yep, they will say that they love you, but you're wrong. So take the time, examine those people in your life that you call friend. Let at least one measure of friendship be, does this connection challenge you to do better?
Hi, it's Dr. Jamel Gibbs, and I am going to be speaking just briefly about cultivating friendships. So, definitely, as I've gotten older, I've learned to really cherish my true friends, and I have friends in categories. So, I have several friends, but I have only a small inner circle of very, very close friends. So with those close friends, I think that friendship is extremely important. It's fundamental to both our social health. It meets our social needs as well as our mental health. I think it's important to just be able to laugh and have fun and talk with our friends. I would definitely say I have probably about five really, really close friends. I know I don't get a chance to talk to them every day because oftentimes we're busy living our lives. But what I love about our friendship is that when we do come together, whether it's once a month or if it's once every 3 months, we're able to laugh and have fun and catch up. There's no hard feelings because we don't get a chance to talk every day because there's just that understanding. We're friends for life, and that's not going to always mean getting a chance to speak every day. But definitely, friendship is an important aspect. It's an important tool. It's something that we all need. So, thank you.
Proverbs 18:24 tells us that he that hath friends must show himself friendly. It is important for us to be friendly and welcoming people. For me, my friends and I may not converse every day or even every week, but when we do, it's as if no time has been lost between us. I consider it to be very important to show up for my friends, to support them when they need my presence, whether in person for an event or whether they need me to simply lend a listening ear. That is important to me. So, as a friend, I try to do those things that I believe are important for my friendships to flourish. I too also share with my friends, here's an area where I need your assistance or where I could use your support, whether it's in the way of accountability or if it's in the way of support concerning my businesses, for example. But friendship is very important. I have experienced also the loss of friendships, which does happen as we mature and get older. And I've had to come to grips with the fact that that happens in life, and it's okay. Sometimes those friendships come back around full circle, and other times they don't. It's okay. It is honestly okay. So to me, being a friend means that I am willing to put aside what I'm doing, for example, in a moment where a friend is in dire need of me to simply listen. But also, being a friend means that I ask questions like, is this something that you want my advice on, or do you simply want me to listen? And then I respond by doing what my friend asks me to do. Sometimes we impose upon people what our desires are towards them. For example, if they have an issue that they bring to us, we impose on them the suggestions and the advice that we want to give them. But they may not be looking for suggestions or advice. They may simply want to vent and get it out. A good friend is there to listen to them vent and allow them to get things off of their chest. Friendship also to me though looks like being honest. I want my friends to always be honest with me, and sometimes that honesty may hurt. They may see things that I'm doing or saying that they may say, "Well, here's something that you may want to consider. Next time, maybe you should say it this way. Next time, maybe you should consider this or think this way." And in turn, hopefully, I can do the same for them and share those insights that I see that they may not see for themselves. There may be blind spots that we both have that we can help one another with. To me, a friend is the person who is most well positioned to do that.
According to Proverbs 18 and 24, a man who has friends must himself be friendly. But there is a friend that sticks closer than a brother. So when I hear the term friendship, what comes to mind is a person who you do life with. And that can be in any form or fashion, whether someone you call and talk to about your day or about your problems or your struggles, or someone you hang out with, you can count on, and you know that they're always going to be there for any event. You know that they're the number one or two people on the list because you do life with them. And so part of doing life with them is you're not only celebrating and being with them when things are good or well, but you're there when things are not well. And as a friend, it's our responsibility to be there for our friends. And that can look like anything. Some friends are there to be a shoulder for another friend to cry on. They're present, they're physically there. And you have some really great friendships that may not be close enough to be there physically, but you know you can count on them to answer the phone. But what's most important is when you have a friend, will your friend treat you and love you as if they love themselves? And that comes to praying for your friends. I believe that friends who pray include that friend and their issues and their problems as if they're praying for themselves or from their families. Prayer is a key to not only changing situations, but changing you. And so you may have a friend who's going through some struggles, whether in their marriage or on their job, and you may not be there physically, or you may not have the ability to be there financially, but prayer is free and prayer changes things. And so as a friend, when everybody else is talking about you, when your own family is against you, because I have friends that deal with family issues all the time and they still don't get the love and understanding that they get from a friend.
Pray for that friend, uplift them, and allow God to work not only in their situation, but in them, because He knows all and He's sovereign. And when we pray, we believe that God will change things. So be friendly and be there for your friends by praying and seeking God's face for your friends.
The question is how to build up a friend. So before I answer that question, I would like to define what a friend is. So according to Merriam-Webster, a friend is defined as the person who has a strong liking for and trust in another, someone who is not your enemy. As I began to continue to do some research on being a friend, what is a friend, because we all have our own definitions, but the standard definition would be one that I just read. And as I was doing my research, I came across a researcher. She is considered a friendship researcher by the name of Lydia Denworth. And Lydia, in her research, she breaks down 3 factors at a minimum that should be found in a friendship. And those 3 things, or 3 factors, it must have stability, something that is long-standing, has a bond. Secondly, it must be positive. And thirdly, it's cooperative, helpful, and reciprocal. So to answer the question, how to build up a friend, you must first identify if that person that you are attempting to build up is a friend. There is a difference between friends and associates, co-workers, classmates. There are various categories in which a person can fall into on the basis of a relationship. So once you identify that that person is a friend, I would say that the best way to build them up, if I was to give 3 points, is to encourage them to do what is right. Secondly, correct them in love. And thirdly, you be the example. 2 scriptures that come to mind is 1 Corinthians 15 and 33. Be not deceived. Evil communication corrupts good manner. And then Amos 3 and 3. How can 2 walk together except they agree? You won't be able to build anybody up if you're traveling different paths. First, identify if that is a friend. And you have those 3 things that Ms. Benworth identified. Stability, a long-standing bond. It's positive and cooperative, helpful, and reciprocal.
Someone posed a question: what does a good friendship look like? And I would like to share a few things that I think, just again, my opinion of what a good friendship would look like. Number 1, trust. Trust is essential simply because oftentimes, again, when trouble arises, again, we're human by nature. Again, we like to confide in a person that we will quote unquote call our friend or someone who is very close to us. So again, being able to trust that person is definitely going to be a necessity in that relationship. Also, honesty is another key component to a good friendship. Honesty goes a long way. It could be a friend that may have a flaw, or maybe going through a situation. Being able to be truthful and to be honest with that person is going to be essential, simply because, again, if your friend is going down the wrong road or making mistakes, or just again making bad choices, that type of thing, as friends you guys should be able to be open and honest with each other, not judgmental, but being able to say something to that person in love, that would possibly challenge them to get them back on the right track, is going to be important. Another one, is being able to honor your friends' boundaries. I think boundaries are important. All of us, I definitely believe, suffer from past traumas. So, just say, for instance, if you had a friend who has trust issues, being able to stay within those boundaries, to create a safe haven for that person. I'm sure that person, will have some things that they would share with you, hopefully openly, to let you know again what those boundaries are, what they consist of. But definitely being able to just honor that person's boundaries. So, say for instance, if a friend call and they may ask of you to, maybe just not share something, or not sit on the phone and gossip, or whatever those boundaries could be, I would say definitely respect that. You got several people again, who can have healthy, relationships or friendships with people if those boundaries are not crossed. As a friend, you should definitely be able to listen. Not always be so quick to, per se, give your opinion. I think, in most friendship, we are quick to say, well, I would do this, or, if that was me, I would, whatever the scenario may be. However, sometimes friends are calling you just to simply let out steam, be able to have a conversation with someone who, they can confide in. Not necessarily saying that they want to hear your opinion or your advice, that type of thing. And one thing that I try to do, when people, confide in me or ask, to have a one-on-one with me about something serious, is possibly just considering, asking, what role should I play in this today? Are you looking for advice? Are you looking for someone who, just want somebody to listen to you? So being able to ask that question and being able to, again, respect whatever their wishes are. And so, again, just like I said, a lot of times it's more so the listening piece. As you know, when you have whatever going on in your life, having somebody to listen to you, just being able to verbally say, whatever it is out loud, sometimes it's just as important as, writing it down, or it's almost like letting the air out of a balloon, right? You so full of steam or stress or confusion or whatever it is. Once you have that conversation and you have been heard, again, you feel better. So listening definitely would be one component of a good friendship. I would say a good friendship also, or how you can judge if you have a good friendship or not, is, once you guys have conversation or interaction with each other, it feels easy, it feels comfortable. Not comfortable in a sense where, again, you're not addressing other issues or other things within the relationship, or, like I said earlier, being honest. You still should be able to be honest with the person, but it doesn't make you feel uncomfortable, or, cause you to have low self-esteem or feel like you're walking on eggshells. So I definitely think that if you are in a healthy or a good relationship, with a friend, it feels good, and it doesn't weigh you down. I think, therefore, also with a friendship, there has to be some give and take. Um, I think in with anytime two people mingle with one another, I think there's gonna come a time where, you may give advice, or you may give in good deeds, or, in a physical form, in terms of you may go out of your way to do something for that person, whereas that person may also bring something different to the table, or it could be the same thing to the table. So there's that good give and take. It's never a feeling where you're feeling like you're getting the short end of the stick. So a good give and take. I would definitely say a good friend is someone who challenges you to be a better you. Kind of sort of goes back with being honest with you. They again see that you're going down the wrong road, constantly making, decisions again that are maybe not healthy for you or not beneficial to you. Um, Being able to just challenge your friends to be a better you. Maybe you need to improve your finances, or maybe they need to encourage you to go for that job or a new position or whatever it may be. But allowing that space in between that friendship again um, to help you to grow as a person. And I just said the word space. My last one here is to give you space. I feel like, in any relationship, a lot of the time we get so connected to people in general where we don't have that space to ourselves or those alone times so we can really and truly self reflect or self evaluate. So I think a friend definitely is a person. They don't have to call you every day. It may be somebody that you only, connect with once a month or whatever. A lot of people think that, a best friend has to be someone that they talk to faithfully every single day, several times a day. Or, they're constantly going out together, that type of thing. I definitely believe, again, having your own space where you can be an individual. And being an individual in any of your relationships are going to be important where, again, you get that alone time to self-reflect, to improve self. Um, but it's just that time apart basically gives you enough time where you can grow as a person and you can bring your better you to the table. So that's my answer to what a good friendship looks like.
They did really good, right? These ladies found time to set aside away from their busy schedules. They're all successful women, and I am inspired by them. I also want to talk about some of the friendships that are in the Bible. We had David and Jonathan, Mark and Paul, King David and Abiathar, David and Nahash, Moses and Aaron, Paul and Timothy, Elijah and Elisha, Job's friends, Ruth and Naomi, Mary and Elizabeth, and so many more. If you're desiring to have good friendships, but you don't know who to talk to or cultivate a friendship with, just ask some questions. Ask yourself some questions like, does this person has a true relationship with God? Will we be equally yoked as believers in this friendship? When I need advice, will the advice be counseled wisely or foolishly? Can I be supportive of their endeavors? Are their extracurricular activities aligned with God's will? Would this friendship be one that drains me or pour into me? Is this a friendship I can be myself, my truest self? Are we serving and celebrating the same God? There are people who proclaim to know God but will talk about you, destroy your character, etc. And if you've been needing or wanting good friendships, ask God to connect you with the right people. Cultivate the friendship for you so you don't have to grab the wrong set of friends. He said to acknowledge Him in all your ways. Whatever you're asking for or desiring, ask Him to help you, and He's never fallen short. People are busy these days, but not Jesus. People are sleeping through the night, but not Jesus. He never slumbers nor sleeps. He's pulling doubles every day. He's always available. He's got answers to questions, directions to the right path, and a listening ear. What concerns you concerns God. He'll even let you cast your cares upon Him without getting tired of your voice. So if you're still looking for a friend, try Jesus, unless you don't want a faithful, trustworthy friend. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll talk to you next time. Bye.